Hello, I'm Bill Pasco with ACCEL Ignition, and today we're going to talk to you a little bit about how to choose plug wires for your engine and for your vehicle's needs. If you've chose to use ACCEL's pre-made wires, it does take the guesswork out of it, and everything will fit your car for your year for that engine. But you will need to know the year, make, and model for your wires, as well as if your engine is the original engine that was in that car. The next thing to consider is the performance level of the wires that you need for your vehicle's application. Once you decide on a level of performance, you then have to match your vehicle's needs to the wires that you've selected. For example, you wouldn't want to put daily driver wires on a high-performance engine, and you wouldn't want to put high-performance wires on your daily driver. Sometimes the resistance ratings can be so off, cause your engine to cut out and misfire and run poorly just because you've selected the wrong wire. So make sure that your level of wires matches what you're doing with your engine. If you have a newer or older engine transplanted into a vehicle, you can still use pre-made wires. You just got to know your year, make, and model and make sure they fit that engine for whatever car or for whatever vehicle you have it installed into. If you decide not to use ACCEL's pre-made wires, you can use ACCEL's universal wire sets. You will need to know a few things. When you buy the universal wire set, you need to know what type of distributor you're using, you need to know what type of boots you're going to need on your plugs, and you also need to select the wire or the core that you're going to use for your plug wires, as well as if you have any heat issues. If you've chose to make your wires from a universal set, you will need to know what type of distributor boots to use on the other end. You will have your choice in our universal wire sets of whether or not to use a socket style or a point style boot, or whether you're going to use an HEI style or a male stud boot. Both boots are in ACCEL's universal wire sets. You select the ones that you need for your distributor on your engine. The next thing to consider is your spark plug boots and what boots are needed for your engine. With ACCEL's universal wire sets, you will have your choice of straights, 90s, 45s, and the vari-angle boot, but these need to be thought about before you make your purchase. With ACCEL's universal wire sets, these boots are already on the wire at the time of purchase. Then you simply terminate the boot on the other end that goes onto your distributor. The next thing to consider is whether or not you have any severe heat issues that you need to overcome with your plug wires. ACCEL does have some accessories to help prevent against heat damage on your plug wires, such as protective sleeving, protective heat socks, and now you can get the ACCEL ceramic spark plug boot wires, which all aid in the prevention of heat damage to your wires. Finally, you need to decide what center core you're going to use for your wire, and that is your basic wire selection. With ACCEL, you have your choice of suppression wires, spiral core wires, or solid core wires. Each type of wires is determined by what, again, you're doing with your engine and what your performance level is on your vehicle. If you choose suppression wires, you need to remember that they won't necessarily carry a high voltage to the spark, but they're used when you're using digital equipment, data loggers, and you're worried about RFI noise that could cause interference and scrambling of those signals. A lot of times if you're using a Hall effect distributor or an electronic distributor, you are required to use suppression type wires. ACCEL's solid core wire have actual metal strands running through the length of the wire. These are not to be used with digital equipment. They tend to scramble or run RFI noise and interfere with your engine's ignition system. These older wires are made for the older vehicles where you actually are running points or magnetos, to where this is not going to be an issue. Finally, we have ACCEL's spiral core wire. This is actually the best of both worlds. This wire allows you to deliver the highest amount of voltage to your spark plug while maintaining a certain suppression so that you can run some digital equipment. Spiral core wire is used on all your newer vehicles of today and allows you to get the highest amount of voltage that you can provide to your engine without interfering with all of your digital electronics, radio, data loggers, and etc. Make sure you buy your spiral core wire in the resistance rating that fits your engine's needs. That's it for choosing plug wires for your car. Just remember, when you're making a spark plug wire selection, you will need to have some basic knowledge of what you're doing with your engine and some information about your specific vehicle. If you have any more questions or want to see any more ACCEL products, please go to our website, www.accel-ignition.com. Thank you.